The Joe Rogan Experience.
We could talk about Tony Ferguson this Saturday. What about that?
That's a great fight.
You got any questions?
Well, you've been working with him?
Fuck yeah, dude. He's sharper, stronger, in the best shape of his life. It's the same Tony that you think like, oh, is it going to be the same Tony after he had some family stuff go on? Is that going to change him? His opponents hope it changes him, but he's the same Tony when it comes to fighting. We don't get into personal stuff. We just stick to fighting and the strategy. He's sharper than ever. I'm not, you can't guarantee any wins, but I will guarantee that he's going to go win 100% Tony.
It's a crazy matchup. It's a very good matchup.
That's like Russian roulette right there, dude. They're going to be throwing bombs at each other.
It's real good, particularly now with Donald has been on a tear. Like the last 4 fights. I mean, he's just looked so good, man. The Al Iaquinta fight, for people who know how good Al is, for Donald to handle Al like that and drop him and, and really put it to him like the way Al put it. I mean, Al said he beat the shit out of me. That's what Al's exact quote was. Al was very complimentary and respectful after the fight,
Yeah,
too.
Cowboy is no joke. That guy.
He's on fire right now.
He doesn't fight like Khabib. He doesn't fight like Conor. He fights like Tony. So it's like similar. It's like Tony versus Tony. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's shit. Dude, they're both good on the ground. They're very good on the ground. We respect Cowboy's fucking ground game a lot. And, we did what we could to make sure, nothing bad happens on the ground. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
they both have everything.
Yeah.
They both have great striking.
Yeah.
They both have great submissions.
Yeah. Tony's coming for war like he always does. It's going to be the same Tony and they're throwing down. That's for sure, dude.
Now, when Tony, let me ask you this, because you know the answer to this. When Tony had his knee fixed, did he spar during that camp? Because someone said that he didn't do any sparring. That was like one of the rumors from someone who knew him.
I think he keeps the sparring, talking about striking, right?
Yes.
I'm never there for the striking.
Oh, okay.
I'm never, it's separate. We don't, I've never seen him, I'm never there for the striking. I only show up when there's grappling.
The amount of time that it took him
to
recover.
You know what? In Big Bear, we didn't bring anybody to spar like hardcore. It was just like light sparring.
Touching.
Yeah.
Because the knee, letting the knee heal.
Oh no, that was a different fight. Okay.
Well, I'm talking about the knee. Remember, he had the massive knee injury, and then he had surgery. And then what I'd heard was
you're right.
during the Pettis fight.
Oh, yeah. No sparring.
No sparring. No. Yeah, that's crazy.
Very
right?
light. Very light.
Well, I guess, when you're already world class, you could do that and
you
fight
can't
a
fuck
guy.
with that knee. He didn't want to fuck with that.
Right.
He wanted to make sure
Smart.
that nothing went wrong.
Get to the fight.
It was the right choice. And,
for sure.
And when he showed up against Pettis, he looked like same old Tony.
He did. It was stunning.
Vicious.
Because you're talking about a catastrophic knee injury, and then 6 months later, he's fighting a world-class fighter, and he's getting his legs checked.
Yeah.
He got that knee checked. We had even worried at one point in time that he might be injured.
What makes Tony so good, in my opinion, just based on working with him, is it seems that at the highest level, high pressure fight, people aren't as they're more cautious. They don't want to try to do anything stupid. They're not fucking just letting it swing and letting it go. Tony isn't like that. Tony is, people want to get to the point where they just unleash and they don't give a fuck, and there's a lot of fighters like that. But Tony, when he's in there, it's like Nick Diaz. They're not afraid to throw anything. You know what I mean? He goes in there, he'll throw 2 spinning elbows in a row.
Right.
And he's just having fun. It's like he's alive and he's having fun in there. And on the ground, he's not going to be hesitant to do something wild and crazy. That's just the way he is, man. And he thrives in the cage, and there's zero holdback. He comes out guns a-blazing the whole time.
Yeah, they're both at the top of their game, man. That's for sure. And Tony didn't miss a step when he got that knee injury, which is very impressive. Even his striking was on point when he fought Pettis.
Yeah.
And he even got tested. He got clipped. I mean, Pettis hurt him. He knows how to survive, man. He's a very unusual fighter, man. Very difficult to prepare for because he's
always
so
studying.
relentless.
Always studying. Always adding new weapons to his arsenal. Always adding something to his workout routine. He's always adding shit. He has the ability to focus more than anybody I know. His ability to focus, and you see that not only in the striking aspect of his game or the wrestling, but you see it in the jiu-jitsu, and that's where I see it is. He has so much focus. I don't have to reteach him shit. I will show him a very complicated transition of moves, like in Spiderweb, doing the Bollinger break. There's like 4 moves you got to do. Bah, bah. You got to fire him. It's got to be so smooth. There can't be any fuck ups. And I show him this, and after like 4 or 5 reps, he's got it down. And most people, it takes 6 months to get it down, to understand it. And he just doesn't take him long to learn shit, anything, wrestling, striking, anything new. He's down, but he doesn't forget it. That's the most important thing. He remembers all the shit. And, it's...
So who's working with him with striking?
A guy named Rashad. He's I think he was an Olympic hopeful back in the day.
Boxer?
Yeah.
Most guys do that, right?
Yeah.
It seems like there's not a lot of guys who just use one for all striking.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of people that train him. He's got a couple different strength and conditioning coaches. He's got a whole crew, man.
I think that's important when it comes to boxing, too.
He's really into recovery. Like he spends a serious time recovering. He's got all these contraptions. You know those things that they're like leg sleeves.
Normatex, yeah.
And they inflate. And he's on that all the time. He's like, when it comes to rehab for any injury, he's like a professional NFL player, And ice baths, massages. He doesn't fuck around, man. He's 100% thinking about and doing something for the fight, usually just nonstop. He can go on for hours. It's crazy.